I normally don't do unboxings for my phone case reviews, but this is a thing. In fact, I normally don't do a lot of phone case reviews at all, but the Z Fold 7 is very thin, very slippery, and very expensive. So when the Benks people reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review their Kevlar fiber case and screen protector combo for the Fold 7, I was more than happy to agree. And while the people over at Benks did send the combo to me for review, they have not had any editorial input into the making of this video, nor will they receive any early preview. So they will be watching this video for the first time right along with you.
As it should be.
All right, enough talk. Let's crack this baby open. All right, so over here we have the case, and over here we have the screen protector. So let's go ahead and crack open the case. It's kind of a blue-gray color with some green and orange highlights in it. It looks and feels really, really nice. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of hinge protection right there, which is nice. And it's got some love for MagSafe as well. Next, let's go ahead and open the front case. And this is a pretty normal looking minimalist front case you'd get on a folding phone. You know, it's not very thick, so it's not gonna sit very high up on the phone, but that's okay. It should still be enough to give the phone some protection. And you're going to want to give this phone some protection because you're probably going to normally be sitting it down on its screen because the camera hump on the Z Fold 7 is quite large. And now let's go ahead and open up the screen protector. Get yourself a little sticker here. And there it is. And it is glass. So that's nice. It's got a little bit of thickness to it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. Hopefully that will help with the protection. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try putting the case on the phone and we'll see how it looks. There are a couple of sticky strips that I peeled off to help the front cover stick to the phone. There's one for the back cover too. I didn't peel it. A lot of times you don't need to do that for the back cover, so I went ahead and left that one on. But I did peel the front just because otherwise if you don't, these kind of tend to bend in a little bit or they pop off just because there's not a lot of surface area going around here. One quick thing I did want to mention, there is no separate guide built in with the case and screen protector. So to get the screen protector to fit properly, you are definitely going to want to put this front case on first and then put the screen protector on inside of it. That way you'll know that it lines up right. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you put the screen protector on first, and obviously this outer case may not line up. Okay, so now I'm going to go install the screen protector, use the case for a few days, form some opinions, and then I will report back with my findings.
Sure enough, a few days later.
Hello, everybody.
I'm back.
And I'm happy to report that I have mostly good news. The case is nice and thin, which maintains the impressive and slender form factor of the phone, while also providing scratch resistance and at least a bit of drop protection, particularly for the hinge, which has a nice and somewhat cushioned cover, and the camera bump, which has a metal ring around the edge that sticks up just above the lenses. However, as with any aramid fiber case, drop protection for the rest of the phone is minimal. So if you are someone who likes finger dexterity, you might want to sacrifice the sleek form factor and get yourself something with a little more protection. The case has a nice texture and feel, and that texture is actually useful on a couple of different levels. First, it makes what is normally a very slick phone more grippy and less prone to drops. And the extra grip also makes it easier to open the phone due to the Fold 7's rather stiff hinge mechanism. The fit is solid and there has been absolutely no case wiggle, with the back case being completely secure. And the adhesive strips of the front case are also holding up well. The only issues I have had with the fit is the front case is bowing ever so slightly at the top where there is no adhesive strip, and the back case doesn't quite reach the edge of the phone. I'm thinking, however, that this may be an intentional design feature, as it does ensure the phone can open completely flat, without the two sides of the case making contact. The cutouts are precise, giving you full access to the fingerprint sensor and volume rocker, and the speaker and mic cutouts are completely unhindered. So yes, the case has all the basics covered, but it also has some other noteworthy features as well. The case looks good and does a pretty good, if not quite perfect, job of camouflaging fingerprints. The hinge cover I mentioned earlier also doubles as an additional place to hold on to the phone when it is open. The case does have MagSafe magnets, although like other MagSafe compatible cases, particularly particularly cases for phones with vertical camera bumps, not all accessories will be a perfect fit. This isn't the fault of any case manufacturer, it's just the result of the wireless charging coil in the phone being so close to the bottom camera sensor. I also noticed the magnets in the back of the case are off-center, and after doing a little research, I have determined that this is most likely by design because apparently the wireless charging coil in the phone is also off-center. So I'm actually going to give some kudos to the Benks engineers for allowing for this. I'm also pleased to report that the screen protector is holding up well, with no scratches or blemishes after several days of use, and with the phone almost always being placed face down. This is probably because the front case sticks out ever so slightly above the screen protector, so it's what's making surface contact. One other thing I did want to mention about the screen protector is that, at least as of the publication of this video, there doesn't seem to be any way to replace it. You can buy a separate screen protector for the Fold 7 on Benks' website, but it specifically says it's not compatible with the Grand Combo. I reached out to Benks about this, and they told me they did have plans to offer a replacement screen protector at some point, but that an exact launch date had not yet been finalized. One of the nicest things about the Grand Combo is how well the screen protector fits inside the front case. So hopefully this is something that will get resolved sooner rather than later.
That would be good.
Finally, let's talk price. You can pick up the Grand Combo on Benks' site right now in the Aura color seen in this video, or the Armor Grid style for just under $90. And while that's certainly not cheap for a phone case, other aramid fiber cases can set you back just as much, and many of those don't offer a front case or screen protector. Additionally, I have a code down in the description to get you 15% off, so the cost will actually be cheaper than a lot of those cases.
Which is nice.
So in closing, I would say if you're looking for a nice, reasonably priced, thin aramid fiber front and back case with hinge protection and a screen protector, then the Benks Grand Combo is definitely worth your consideration. Well, that's all the information I have for one day. And if you end up picking up the Grand Combo or have experience with any of Benks' other cases, please feel free to share those experiences down in the comments. That way we can all continue to learn from each other and make more informed buying decisions. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. And until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.